Hi, Martine here with Rising Women Network, and welcome to Rising Masterclass, your weekly dose of inspiration and practical information to grow your business. Resolutions or goals are powerful motivations if you can stick to them. Unfortunately, so many of us fail to set appropriate goals or stick with them for such a short time that we never see results. Books remain half written, vacations never get planned, and new ideas die on the vine of mind. All because the goal setting process gets short circuited. So, today I'm sharing with you how to achieve goals. It's the process I use and love, so I know it works. And if you're not used to setting goals, you're not alone. Most people don't set goals. And the people who do set goals typically give up after a few weeks. Don't be those people. You're better than that, okay? This process will help you stick to your goals so you can actually achieve them. Okay, let's get started. First, here are a few tools I use to help me with achieving my goals that I love. I use the Goal Setting and Action Workbook, my workbook, which you can download for free at risingwomennetwork.com/goals. I also use the Boss Blog Planner, a planner that you can grab at amazon.com. Step 1. Decide on one SMART goal. The best way to start is to decide. You need to decide what your goal is going to be. Sounds obvious, so hopefully you're with me so far. But I'm serious. Unless you decide with certainty what your goal is, you have no shot of achieving it. To choose a goal, I look at the main 7 life categories of my life. The 7 categories I use are personal life and social life, and this includes who you spend your time with, as well as the things you spend your personal time doing. Work life. Are you where you would like to be in your business or career? Family life. Do you spend time nurturing your family relationships? Spiritual life. Do you make time to study or grow spiritually? Finances. How well are you doing to meet your monthly, yearly budget? Are you saving? Are you investing? Mind and intellect. Do you read books, do crossword puzzles, learn new things, study to improve your knowledge and develop yourself personally and keep your mind strong? And lastly, health. Do you have a healthy lifestyle, regular exercise, eat healthy to live as long as you can? Choose a goal with these categories in mind so you know what area of your life you're focusing on. You can set more than one goal, but this masterclass is especially about achieving a particular goal. Just repeat the steps for each goal you set. Keep in mind, the more goals you have, the harder it is to accomplish any one of them. Think of the quote, "He who chases 2 rabbits chases none." The problem with setting a big goal is that it can feel achievable because it's not where you are now and seems so far away. This is actually demotivating. To combat this, you need to create a plan for your goal. That is where SMART method of goal setting comes in. Under the SMART method, your goal should be specific, meaning your goal must be clear. It needs to be measurable, which means you must be able to track your goal. It needs to be attainable, which means you must set a goal that is attainable, realistic. It needs to be relevant, which means your goal should be relevant to your life values. and it needs to be time bound. Your goal needs to have a deadline. Write down your goal using the SMART method format. This will help you be very clear about what your goal is. You can do this using the Goal Setting in Action Workbook or the Boss Blog Planner. I use all of them. Plus, I also write down my goals in Evernote. Step 2, evaluate where you are today in that area. Next, I actually want you to step away from the goal planning process and instead reflect on your life. This is where you should take inventory of where you are in the area of your life that you're setting a goal in. You need to know where you're starting from to know how big the gap is between where you are now and where you want to. Write down where you are today in that area of your life. Be detailed. If you're setting a health goal, write down how much you weigh, your measurements, and how you feel about your health. The more honest you are about where you are, the more likely you are to achieve your goal because you'll put a plan in place that's achievable. Step 3, articulate why you want this goal. Next is a weird but oh so necessary step. You need to write down why you want whatever it is that you want. Don't just write down the first reason that comes in your mind. Dig deep for your reason. The deeper the reason, the better. If you don't have a strong why to hold on to, it's going to be difficult to keep pursuing your goals when things get tough. You will also be more productive and more likely to do the task you need to get done to accomplish your goal. Any why that is tied to your family, the people closest to you, or your innermost sacred values will likely be strong enough to keep you going. For example, if you're a new mom and you want to stay home with your kids, then your why for starting a profitable business would be to be at home with your kids. That is a really strong why. Step 4, set a deadline for your goal. After you commit to your goal and have a clear understanding of why you want it, it's time to start planning how you'll accomplish your goal. Part of the SMART method of goal setting is to have a deadline for your goal. It must be time bound. You know, the T in SMART. You should have a deadline from step 1. Now, it's time for you to get your calendar and put that date of completing your goal on it. Go a step further and put 1 month check ins on your calendar, making how many months left to complete the goal. For example, if you have a goal with a deadline of December 31st, on February 28th, you could have a check in on your calendar that says 10 months until X, Y, and Z is accomplished. Step 5, break up your goal into mini goals. Once you have your main deadline and monthly check ins, mark your calendar. You need to create small plans to accomplish your goal. This means working backward and creating mini goals for each month and week. For example, if your goal is to start a profitable blog by December 31st, then you might set the following mini goals. Create and launch a blog by January 31st. Grow your blog's traffic with Instagram by April 30th. Grow your email list with ConvertKit by August 31st and make money blogging by December 31st. These would be a few mini goals throughout the year. Then you should break each mini goal down into monthly and weekly goals and actions you can take. The more you break up your goals and have a specific plan in place, the more likely you are to achieve your overachieving goal. Step 6, schedule time to work on your goal. Put time on the calendar to work on your goals and mini goals on a daily basis, or at least close to daily. The reason this is important is that it will help you build habits into your daily routine that get you working on your goal. Habits are the key to success because they take the need for constant motivation out of the equation. You are much more likely to achieve your goal if you work on it every day for a little bit. This can be 30 minutes scheduled every day or a full day once a week. It's up to you. But put time slots on your calendar where you are committed to consistently working on your goals. I use the Google Calendar to schedule the time slots of when I work on my goals. I keep it in a month view on my desktop, and I also sync it to my phone in an app. This helps me feel confident knowing I'm going to get done whatever I plan to do. I wouldn't achieve my goals without it. Step 7, write your goal down daily. At this point, your goal is in place. You have one main goal set, several mini goals in place, and you've scheduled time on your calendar to work on your goals. Then it's time to start working on your goal. Start by creating a daily system where you write down your goal every single day, no exceptions. Who do you think is more likely to achieve their goals? The person who writes her goals down daily or the person who just thinks about her goal? Definitely the person who writes it down. This is because it becomes a habit of focusing on the goal daily, which doesn't happen if you just think about it, unless you set up a trigger to think about it at a certain time, like in the shower. The point is, you're forcing yourself to focus on the goal by writing it down daily. The more you write your goal down, the more focused you'll be, and focus, above all else, is the hidden gem to actually accomplishing your goal. Step 8, track your progress every week. Once you are in the rhythm of working on your goal, you need to track your progress every week. This is so important. You have to evaluate your results to know if what you're doing is working. If it's not, then you have the opportunity to change your plans. Now, I recommend setting aside 30 minutes at the end of the week to review how your week went with your goal. Keep this as a standing appointment with yourself so that you're committed to it. A final note, so all of these steps I've just explained are from the process I use to achieve my goals. You can use it to help you achieve goals too. Now, this is the perfect time to start. Here are a few bonus tips I have to share that help me with my goals. And I think it can help increase the likelihood of actually achieving your goals. Tip 1, focus on the supportive systems of accomplishing your goals. Don't get trapped into focusing on the gravity of the size of your one goal. Instead, focus on the mini goals that you can easily accomplish in a week. Tip 2, use tools to accomplish your goal. Don't go it alone. The more you can incorporate tools into your goal setting, the better. Tip 3, use an accountability partner. Share your goal with someone who can hold you accountable. Don't choose anyone. Think carefully about someone who will actually care enough to hold you to it. Step 4, expect success, but accept failure. Go into accomplishing your goal with 100% commitment and expectation of success. However, know that if you fail, it's okay. Things happen in life where you can't control outcomes, but that's not the point of goals. Pursuing your goals is about you becoming the better version of yourself, not about the outcome of the goal. and know that you can always try again. This mindset shift is a game changer. Now, as a bonus, I created the goal setting and action workbook to help you crush your goals, which you can download at risingwomennetwork.com/goals. If you're not a subscriber and you found this video valuable, then make sure you sign up, and I'll see you next week at our next Rising Masterclass.